My fiancée demanded a prenup to protect her future, thinking I was broke. I signed it immediately. On our wedding night, I revealed I inherited millions days before. She tried to burn the document, but my lawyer already had the certified copy. I, 32 male, proposed to my fiancée, 29, 2 years ago. We'd been together for 4 years total. Met at a mutual friend's barbecue. She was a pharmaceutical sales rep. I was a high school history teacher. Made $58,000 a year. She made about $85 with commissions. Money was never really an issue. We split things fairly. I paid a bit less on rent since I made less. She was cool with it. Or so I thought. 6 months before the wedding, she brought up a prenup. We were at dinner. She'd been weird all day. Finally, she said, "We need to talk about protecting our assets." Okay, I think we should get a prenup. I've worked hard for what I have. I need to make sure it's protected. I had about $12 in savings, a 2015 Honda Civic, some retirement accounts from teaching, maybe $30 total assets. What exactly are you protecting? I asked. My earning potential. My career trajectory. I'm on track to make 6 figures in a few years. You're a teacher. That's noble, but it's not lucrative. So you want a prenup because you make more money? I want a prenup because I'm being smart. My financial advisor recommended it. Her financial advisor, right? And if I don't sign it, she put her fork down. Then we need to seriously reconsider if we're compatible long term. I can't be with someone who doesn't respect my financial security. I sat there, looked at her, really looked at her. Okay, what? I'll sign it. Makes sense to protect what you've built. She seemed surprised. Really? Just like that? Yeah, you're right. We should both protect our assets. Let's do it. She smiled, relaxed. I'm so glad you understand. Some men get weird about this stuff. Nope, let's get it drawn up. What she didn't know, my uncle had died 3 weeks earlier. The will was still in probate. I was inheriting his entire estate. He had no kids, and I was his favorite nephew. He built a successful medical device company and sold it 15 years ago. My lawyer had given me preliminary numbers, roughly $3.8 million after taxes and estate fees. I hadn't told anyone yet. Wanted to process it privately. Grieve properly. My uncle had been like a second father. Her lawyer drew up the prenup. It was thorough. Basically said, all premarital assets remain separate. All inheritance remains separate. Income earned during marriage is split 60-40 in her favor because she made more. No alimony. Each keeps their own retirement accounts. Any house purchased goes to whoever's name is on the deed. I read it carefully, signed it, had it notarized. She seemed relieved. Thank you for being mature about this. Just protecting what's ours, right? Right. The inheritance came through 2 weeks before the wedding. $3.4 million after everything. Plus my uncle's house, which I immediately sold for $780,000. Total, $4.18 million. I didn't say a word. We got married. Small ceremony. About 60 people. Nice reception at a hotel ballroom. She insisted on splitting costs 50-50, even though she made more. I paid my half from my teacher salary savings. Wedding night. We're in the hotel suite. She's going through cards, counting cash gifts. We got $8,400. That's amazing. That's great. We should put it toward the down payment on a house. I've been looking at places in the $450,000 range. With your teacher salary and my income, we can probably swing it if we're careful. I sat down on the bed. Actually, we don't need to be that careful. What do you mean? I inherited some money from my uncle, the one who died a few months ago. Oh, how much? About $4 million, give or take. She froze. What? $4 million came through 2 weeks ago. Her face went through several expressions. Confusion, realization, anger. 2 weeks ago? Yep. Before the wedding? Yep. And you didn't tell me? You wanted a prenup to protect your assets. I wanted to protect mine. The prenup says all inheritance stays separate. So, it's separate. She stared at me. You let me walk around thinking you were broke. I'm a teacher. I make $58. That part hasn't changed. We could have had a nicer wedding. We had the wedding we could afford on our combined teacher and sales rep income, which is what you wanted to base our life on, according to the prenup. That's not, you lied to me. I didn't lie. You never asked if I was expecting any money. You assumed I was broke and acted accordingly. She picked up her phone. I'm calling my lawyer. At 11 p.m. on a Saturday? Good luck. She tried anyway. Voicemail. This prenup is bullshit. You manipulated me. I signed the prenup you demanded, the one your financial advisor recommended, the one that protects premarital assets and inheritance. I didn't manipulate anything. She started crying. Not sad crying, angry crying. I can't believe you did this to me. Did what? Sign the legal document you required before marriage? She grabbed the prenup copy from her bag. Went to the bathroom. I heard the lighter click. Went to the bathroom. She was holding the burning prenup over the sink. There. It's gone. I pulled out my phone, called my lawyer, put it on speaker. Hey, congrats on the wedding. Thanks. Quick question. You still have the certified copy of the prenup, right? Of course. Filed with the court. Why? My wife just burned her copy, wanted to make sure we still have the legal version. My lawyer laughed. Yeah, burning a copy doesn't invalidate it. The court-filed version is what matters. Tell her nice try, though. I hung up. My wife stared at me. You planned this. I planned to protect my inheritance using the prenup you demanded. Yeah, I did. She left. Took an Uber back to our apartment. We were supposed to spend 3 days at the hotel. She was gone in 20 minutes. Update 1. Day 3 after the wedding. She's been staying at her best friend's place. Her lawyer called my lawyer Monday morning, demanding the prenup be voided because I concealed material financial information. My lawyer shut that down fast. Your client demanded a prenup. My client signed it. The prenup specifically addresses inheritance. Nothing was concealed. She just didn't ask the right questions. Her lawyer. He married her under false pretenses. My lawyer. He married her as a teacher, making $58 a year. That's still true. His inheritance doesn't change his employment or earnings. The prenup your client insisted on specifically keeps inheritance separate. She got exactly what she demanded. They hung up. Her best friend called me. You're an asshole? Hi, nice to talk to you too. She's devastated. How could you not tell her about the money? She demanded a prenup to protect her assets from my teacher salary. I respected that by protecting my assets too. That's vindictive. That's legally sound. She wanted financial separation. She got it. She would have never demanded a prenup if she knew. Exactly. She wanted protection from a broke teacher, not a partner with assets. Says a lot, doesn't it? She hung up. My wife texted, we need to talk. Okay, can I come over? It's our apartment, you live here. She showed up an hour later. Different approach. Calmer. Almost sweet. I've been thinking we can get past this. Okay. But we need to be honest with each other going forward. No more secrets. Agreed. So, we should probably redo the prenup. Now that we know all the financial details. The prenup is filed with the court. We can't just redo it. We can amend it. Add an addendum. Why would I do that? Because we're married. We're supposed to be a team. You wanted team rules that protected your higher income. I respected those rules. That was before I knew about the inheritance. The inheritance that the prenup specifically protects? She switched tactics again. Fine. Let's get divorced then. Okay. She blinked. What? Okay, let's get divorced. I'll call my lawyer. You're not even gonna fight for us? You just threatened divorce as a negotiation tactic. That's not fighting for us. That's manipulation. I didn't mean it. Then why say it? Because you're being unreasonable. I'm following the prenup you demanded. That's literally the definition of reasonable. She left again. Day 5, her mother called. You need to do right by my daughter. Hi. Nice to meet you over the phone. Don't be smart with me. She's telling everyone what you did. What did I do? Tricked her into a prenup. She demanded the prenup. I signed it. You hid millions of dollars. The prenup says inheritance stays separate. Whether it's $100 or $4 million doesn't matter. It's separate. You're going to ruin her reputation. How? By following a legal contract she insisted on? People are going to think she's a gold digger. She demanded financial protection from a teacher making $58, then got upset when that teacher had other assets. What would you call that? She hung up. Day 7. Her lawyer filed for divorce. Grounds: fraud and concealment. My lawyer called. They're trying to invalidate the prenup. Can they? Probably not. You disclosed your income honestly. You signed what she demanded. The prenup specifically addresses inheritance. They'd need to prove you actively deceived her, which you didn't. You just didn't volunteer information she didn't ask for. So we're good? We're solid. But this is going to be expensive and annoying. She's going scorched earth. He was right. Update 2. Week 3 of marriage. Or divorce. Whatever this is. Her lawyer's strategy: paint me as a manipulative liar who tricked a poor woman into an unfair prenup. Filed motions claiming 1. I concealed material assets. 2. The prenup was signed under duress. 3. I manipulated her into signing. 4. The prenup should be voided. My lawyer responded with 1. Timeline showing she demanded the prenup. 2. Emails from her to her lawyer discussing protecting her income from his teacher salary. 3. Text messages where she called my job not lucrative. 4. Her own lawyer's notes about asset protection relation. The judge reviewed everything. Preliminary hearing was week 4. Her lawyer: Your Honor, my client was manipulated into signing an unconscionable prenup. The prenup she demanded? Her lawyer: she didn't have all the facts. What facts was she missing? His inheritance. Was he aware of the inheritance when she demanded the prenup? We believe so. Your Honor, the will wasn't finalized until after the prenup was signed. My client knew his uncle had died, but didn't know the full amount until probate completed. So he didn't know his exact inheritance when signing the prenup? My lawyer: correct. He knew there would be something. He didn't know it would be substantial. And the prenup specifically addresses inheritance? Yes, Your Honor. Section 4, paragraph 2. All inheritance received by either party shall remain the sole property of the receiving party. Judge looked at my wife. Ma'am, did you read the prenup before signing? Yes, but did you have legal representation? Yes. Did your lawyer explain what inheritance meant? Yes, but I didn't think... You didn't think he'd inherit anything substantial? Right. But you knew he might inherit something? Yes. And you agreed that any inheritance would remain separate? Yes, but... Then the prenup is valid. Motion to invalidate denied. Will proceed with divorce under the prenup terms. Her lawyer tried to object. Judge shut it down. Outside court she approached me. This is insane. We've been married for a month. You filed for divorce. Because you're being unreasonable. I'm following the contract you demanded. I want what's fair. Fair according to who? You thought it was fair when you believed I was broke. Now it's unfair because I'm not. Her mom appeared. You're destroying her life. She destroyed the marriage by filing for divorce over money. She wouldn't have married you if she knew. I stopped, looked at her mom. Say that again? What? You just said she wouldn't have married me if she knew about the money. Her mom realized her mistake. That's not... I didn't mean... You meant she only married me because she thought I was broke and controllable? No, I meant she would have approached things differently. Yeah, she would have pretended to care about me instead of my assets. Thanks for clarifying. They left. Week 6. Her lawyer tried a new strategy, claim I owed her for emotional damages. Filed for $100,000, claiming I intentionally inflicted emotional distress by concealing material facts. My lawyer actually laughed when he told me. They're desperate. This won't go anywhere. He was right. Judge dismissed it in one hearing. Week 8. She tried to claim the wedding gifts should be split equally. My lawyer: the prenup says gifts received during marriage are separate unless jointly given. Her lawyer: the wedding gifts were for both of them. My lawyer: fine. We'll split them. He gets the gifts from his family and friends. She gets the gifts from hers. The jointly given gifts get split by value. Turns out my family gave more generous gifts. She ended up with about $2,800 in gifts. I got about $4,200. She was pissed. Week 10. Final divorce hearing. Judge: we're here to finalize the divorce under the prenuptial agreement. Any final arguments? Her lawyer: Your Honor, this prenup results in an unconscionable outcome. My client will leave this marriage with less than she came in with. How is that possible? Her legal fees: she spent $18,000 fighting this. Self-inflicted costs from frivolous motions don't override a valid prenup. Anything else? Her lawyer: she deserves some portion of the inheritance given the timing. Judge: the inheritance happened before the wedding. The prenup specifically protects it. No. Divorce granted under prenup terms. She keeps her premarital assets. I keep mine and my inheritance. No alimony. She keeps her retirement accounts. I keep mine. Wedding gifts split as previously ordered. She keeps her car, I keep mine. Total time married, 11 weeks. Her legal fees, $18,000. My legal fees, $12,000. She stood up. This isn't over. Judge: yes, it is. You're divorced. Stop contacting him or I'll issue a restraining order. She left with her mom and lawyer. Update 3. Final: 3 months after the divorce was finalized. Life's mostly back to normal. Still teaching, still making $58. The inheritance is in investments and a trust my lawyer helped set up. Living off my salary like before. Bought a house, small 3-bedroom in a decent neighborhood. Paid cash, $340. Felt weird not having a mortgage, but my financial advisor said it made sense. My ex tried to contact me a few times through mutual friends. I shut it down immediately. Her best friend texted she really regrets how things went down. Cool, I'm sure she does. She realizes she made a mistake. Yeah, she married someone for the wrong reasons. We both made that mistake. Could you maybe talk to her? Give her closure? No. The divorce gave closure. We're done. You're really just going to throw away what you had? She threw it away when she filed for divorce over money. I'm just not picking it back up. Never responded to that thread again. Found out through the grapevine that she's dating her financial advisor, the one who recommended the prenup. They apparently started seeing each other about a month after the divorce finalized. Makes sense now why he was so eager for her to protect her assets. Her mom tried calling once, blocked. Her lawyer tried calling once about potential reconciliation discussion. My lawyer told him to pound sand. The funniest part? Her friends started questioning her version of events once they heard the full story. Turns out demanding a prenup to protect yourself from a broke teacher, and then getting mad when the teacher isn't actually broke, doesn't play well with people. She lost a few friends over it, not my problem. As for me, I'm good. Better than good, actually. Started a financial education program at my school, teaching kids about money, investments, and planning. Using my own experience as a cautionary tale about assumptions and respect. Dating again. Taking it slow. Third date with someone I met at a teacher conference. She's a math teacher, makes $62, doesn't care about the inheritance because I haven't told her yet. Will I eventually? Yeah. But not until I know she's with me for me, not the money. Learned my lesson about timing. My ex apparently complains to anyone who'll listen about how I tricked her. Most people respond with, wait, you demanded a prenup and then got mad when it protected him? She doesn't like that question. Her best friend posted something vague on social media about people who hide who they really are. Someone commented, you mean like demanding a prenup from a teacher because you think he's broke? She deleted the post. The financial advisor she's dating? Apparently, he's going through a messy divorce himself. His wife found out he was seeing my ex before their divorce was final. She's taking him for everything he's got. Karma's funny sometimes. As for the inheritance, it's growing. My financial advisor says I'm on track to retire at 50 if I keep teaching and let it compound. Maybe earlier if I'm smart. Still driving my 2015 Honda Civic. Still living modestly. Still teaching history to teenagers who mostly don't care. But now I do it knowing I made the right choice, walking away from someone who only valued me when they thought I was poor enough to control. The whole experience taught me something important. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. She showed me she valued money over partnership. She showed me she wanted control over equality. She showed me she'd leave the second things didn't go her way financially. I believed her and acted accordingly. People ask if I regret not telling her about the inheritance earlier. If I regret tricking her. I don't. She demanded a prenup based on the assumption I was broke. I signed it based on the knowledge I wasn't. She wanted to protect her assets from my teacher's salary. I protected my assets from her financial priorities. She got exactly what she asked for, a prenup that kept our finances completely separate. The only thing that changed was her wanting to keep finances separate. Once she knew I had money, she suddenly wanted to be a team. That's not partnership. That's opportunism. So no, I don't regret it. I regret proposing to someone who viewed our relationship as a financial transaction. I regret not seeing the red flags earlier. I regret wasting 4 years with someone who thought my job was not lucrative. But I don't regret protecting myself when she forced my hand with the prenup. She wanted financial protection from a poor teacher. She got financial protection from a rich one instead. That's not trickery. That's just irony. And honestly, the $12,000 in legal fees was worth it to find out who she really was before kids and a mortgage made it harder to leave. Best money I ever spent. Well, second best. The prenup lawyer was only $2,500. That was the actual best money I ever spent. My uncle would have found this whole thing hilarious. He always said, marry someone who'd be with you if you were broke. I did marry someone who thought I was broke. Turns out that's not quite the same thing. Lesson learned.